Welcome on back to Up North at 4. I am joined by Tabitha and Stevie, and we are at the Entity Ventures Paranormal Headquarters. Can I call it that? Is that like...
Yeah.
Are we going with that? All right, we're going to call it the headquarters.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's safe to say it is officially spooky season.
Mm-hmm.
Is it also safe to say that this is like your favorite time of year for the two of you?
Favorite and busiest.
Yeah.
Favorite and
Very
busiest.
busy this time of year.
Which is good. That's a good problem to have, right? So we're in the storefront in the headquarters, and of course we're here to talk about the haunted history tours that you two are running here in downtown Rhinelander. I gotta ask though, where did this idea come from? How did this brainchild come to be? How did the haunted history tour start?
So the Haunted History Tour has actually been kind of a yearly thing, but we were gifted it, and so we've decided to kind of change things up a little bit.
Make it our own.
Yeah, so now instead of just the history, we'll also give you stuff from our investigations, so our own personal experiences at each place.
Oh, so there's like a little personal twist, as it were.
Mm-hmm.
I am curious though, because you said you both took it over. And I'm sure, when that happens, you get like the whole, here's the notebook of all our notes and the history, the background of all these places. Was there anything when you were going through all this research that stood out to either of you where you said, whoa, I did not know that this ever occurred at this building before?
Pretty much all of it.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so am I able to ask, or is that something we got to keep for the tours for the people at home?
We'll keep that for the tour.
See, smart business decision right there. So, all right, but tell me a little bit though about the tours. You folks meet here, if I'm not mistaken, and walk me through kind of what the tours will look like.
Okay, well, we start here at EVP's, which stands for Entity Ventures Paranormal Shop or store. And we kind of have a little meet and greet here while we're waiting for people. And then we start out we go across the street from here, and we start at Wildflowers on Brown. That's where we start. And we've been giving people a little tour of inside there.
Okay, yeah. Because if I'm not mistaken, they recently renovated that place as well. So there's that new modern touch, but also I think a lot of people just in general, they see these storefronts, they go, okay, well, this looks modern, this looks like it's 2023, but there's
history.
There's a very deep, very rich history here just within downtown Rhinelander. And so you walk around all these different buildings, you kind of talk about what that history is and maybe some of your own personal experiences while doing some ghost hunting. What is maybe your favorite stop so far on the tour?
The morgue, Northland Music Center, and then probably CT's Deli is always a fun one to talk about.
What's going on at CT's Deli? I mean, I like getting the sandwiches there. Am I also getting ghosts following me home if I stop, or
no?
What's going on?
Only if you go upstairs and you really make them mad.
We're in the basement.
We're in the basement, yeah.
Well, I feel like now I gotta ask, did you make the ghosts mad when you were there?
I mean, not on purpose.
Yeah. We really didn't know. Yeah, that's a really interesting story to tell on the tour.
Yeah, on the tour.
Yeah.
So you'll get the full story come out on the tour again. And obviously, how many stops are we talking though on this tour?
Oh, quite a few.
I think there's 13, 14 different buildings.
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, it's a little bit over an hour and a half long, depending on how much conversation we get into. So it's a pretty lengthy thing, and it's cool because the locals who go along with us, they have their own memories of places, and they remember what they used to be. So it's really cool.
Sometimes it adds to our tour, and we incorporate those stories the next time.
Yeah, because we're learning stuff too, and then
So I know the tours, at least from when you folks have taken it over, it's still relatively new to you so far, but I guess just from day one to day whatever it is now, what has been the biggest takeaways for the two of you?
I think just hearing other people's memories has been really cool. Their memories of, I saw Star Wars at this theater back when it was a theater, and just stuff like that is really cool to see people's perspective of it.
Yeah, and to see people excited to hear about these buildings that they grew up with.
Right.
It's nostalgic.
There's that personal connection there for sure.
Yeah.
And while I'm here, I know it's not a real tour, but I'm thinking we could maybe explore a few of these places on said tour.
We can probably do that.
We can do that. Let's do that. We're going to do that, though, real quick. We'll be right back. All right. We're here. This is the final stop on the Haunted History Tour. We're at the morgue. We're upstairs in the morgue. And this very specific room we're in right now has a very special, little creepy story. Stevie, tell me what happened in this room.
So, me and my daughter were drinking coffee down at the Morgue Coffee Company, and my daughter wanted to come up here really bad. Like, she wanted to go up to the room with all the beds. Like, as you can see, there's no beds up here.
Right.
But she was very, very insistent. And Devin Biggs was down there with us, and he's like, well, why don't I just go and bring her up there quick, show her that there's no beds, and she'll calm down. So I was like, okay, take her up there. So they came up here, and then when they came back down, my daughter was visibly upset because there were no beds up here. Like, where'd the beds go?
Right.
So then, last week, we found out that there was actually beds in here. Back when it was a furniture store, this is where they kept all the mattresses. And there was a lady on our tour that said that when she was little, she would come up here and play hide and seek with the spirits. So I'm thinking that they wanted my daughter to come up here and play a little hide and seek.
Oh my God. I literally got chills right now hearing that story. That is insane. And your daughter's young, so there's no way she would have ever...
Well, and we didn't even know.
We didn't even know.
Until then. Because she told us about how, oh yeah, we used to go upstairs and play hide and seek in the mattress room. And then Stevie was like, wait a minute. There is
What
a
did you
bed
just say?
room. Yeah.
Like my daughter wasn't just being a child?
Yeah.
Okay. So we go back to like what you were saying before, like doing this research, doing these tours. You two are still learning things as they happen. How cool has that been?
It's really cool.
That's our favorite part.
Of all of it, everything we do. Finding the history and just learning stuff.
I mean, that's like as good of a sales tactic to get people to come on the tour. Of course, they can check it out all throughout the month of October, and they can find you guys on Facebook. Sign up there, reach out, schedule a tour. Do so, because I'm learning stuff. I got chills. I'm sure you'll get chills if you're watching at home. Thank you guys so much for taking me on a little secret tour of the haunted history of Rhinelander.
Anytime.
We'll be back on a Monday.